Good evening. Welcome to VC3 News and Sports for Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. I am Shadane McLean. According to information received from the Seismic Research Center at 2:38 p.m. yesterday, Monday, October 7th, a low thermal anomaly, which means temperatures above existing background or base levels, was detected at the summit of the Lasso Frey volcano by the NASA firm's hotspot detection system on Sunday, October 6th. This low thermal anomaly, as detected by NASA firms, is currently ongoing. Speaking on the NBC Talk Your Talk program today, geologist at Seismic Research Center, Professor Richard Robertson, explains the possible reasons for this action.
We haven't determined for sure which one of those it is. I think at present, given that, where it's going in, we haven't seen a hot spot persist. So it's looking more likely that it's probably one of the first two options rather than something new. But it's still, today today or tomorrow we'll conclude which direction it is. But that's the situation. So, and that's why I think the caution would have gone out from NEMO that we would suggest people don't go up to the crater. Certainly don't go into the crater, because whatever else, there's hot material in there, and it probably is more exposed than it normally is.
Okay.
The geologist said that it is the first time since the eruption in 2021 that an above normal thermal anomaly was seen from the volcano.
So since 2021, we have not had any of this kind of signal coming out. So given that that's the case, it is very unusual. And therefore, when you're monitoring volcanoes and something unusual like this happens, you have to kind of, raise your, look at it even more closely and be more cautious. So yes, the thermal spots are normal at volcanoes that are erupting or that are in some state of unrest. There won't be, having this abnormal high temperature would not be usual at volcanoes that are in the state that Soufriere is supposed to be in between eruptions. And certainly it was not normal for this particular volcano, because it's the first time we have seen it since 2021, which is why the information went out at a very early stage that this is something that we have noted and that the public need to be cautious about it. We're not people shouldn't now start getting overly concerned. We have dealt with an eruption, and we know that in the past, and we know that it's being monitored. This is just the monitoring mechanism has picked up something very early, and we are saying, let's check it out a little bit.
Robertson further noted that the Seismic Research Center will continue monitoring closely all activities at Lasso Frey.
One of the things that we've been doing is looking at the gas output, because just when you monitor a volcano, you can't just rely on one signal alone. You have to look at other things. So we've been collecting gas data to see if the gas concentrations that's coming out have changed, and also as soon as we can. I think yesterday the weather was bad, so today we'll some of the folks at the super monitoring unit would go up and have a look in to see what's happening. But given that was the situation, given that the possibility that you could have either had hot material exposed, or at least hot material exposed at the summit, it really made that area a little bit more dangerous than it normally is.
Meanwhile, Director of the National Emergency Management Organization, Michelle Forbes, is cautioning the public not to visit the volcano at this time.
Those things, as Professor Robertson says, to avoid visiting the summit of the volcano, and this is so because of the increasing temperatures. We can have what we call phreatic eruptions, where you have the water interfacing with the hot surface, and then you have a little bit of a firework, similar to if you throw hot water in a dry hot pan. You just see everything, as we say, pitch up. So you have to avoid that, because then that can burn you severely. And whatever hot source, so we want to ask persons to avoid going up to the summit of the volcano. We know the trail has been, because of the rainfall that we have been having, the trail has been affected a bit, because our team, when they came back on Friday, they indicated that it was the worst they have seen the trail since the eruption, because of the rainfall that we have been having. So we want to ask persons to take that necessary precaution. Continue to monitor our releases. We always share the information once we receive it, and any changes that are happening. So we ask persons to continue to monitor, listen to all the information that we disseminate in collaboration with the Seismic Research Center, because we don't do this alone. We depend on the science.
In other news, on Thursday, October 10th, St. Vincent and the Grenadines will sign on to the Climate Smart Agriculture CSA platform. This announcement was made by Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Soboto Caesar, in his address at the official opening of the Caribbean Week Agriculture CWA 2024 held at the UE Open campus in SVG.
Food has always played a critical role in shaping world history. Whether it was the search across the Bering Strait, the settlements along the Nile, the movement down through Latin America, and the movement up the Orinoco River and through the Lesser and Greater Antilles, or the search for raw material in the West Indies. Now I predict that where we can and cannot grow food as a result of climate change will have a significant impact on the next wave of human migration. Our farmers, fishers, agro-processors, and agro-chain mobilizers, we love you. CWA 2024 is about our appreciation for our hard work.
The theme of this year's Caribbean Week Agriculture is Climate Smart Agriculture for a Sustainable Future. Minister further noted that with the impact of climate change on the agricultural sector, it is critical that education system be ready to adopt programs which includes specific areas on climate change.
This is not the time for anyone to be asking whether we drop agriculture science as a subject. But we must use the exigencies of our times to encourage more study in agriculture and fisheries at all levels.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Narissa Gittens-Macmillan, outlined the objective of Caribbean Week Agriculture this year.
We're here this week to celebrate regional achievements, share knowledge with our stakeholders in the public and the private sectors, form new lasting alliances, examine future trends and possibilities from the ground, sea, or freshwater source to the table. In other words, from ridge to reef. To emphasize the significance of the sector, especially to rural livelihoods and generally to the social, economic, and environmental development of all our member states. May I remind us all, the future diagnosis of the region in terms of national and regional disasters is not good.
The 18th Caribbean Week of Agriculture runs from October 7th to October 11th. Several communities across St. Vincent and the Grenadines experienced power disturbance today due to transformer failure. This and other stories coming up when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Now available from all Lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Insta-Cash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Insta-Cash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy to win Insta-Cash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome back. The St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited, VINLEC, today reported an electricity outage in multiple locations across the country. In a release from VINLEC, the system failure was due to the loss of a station service transformer at one of the main power plants. It noted that the transformer plays an essential role in supporting the power station, and its failure has impacted the ability to deliver power in several areas. Vinlec further assures all customers that their team is working tirelessly to resolve the problem. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is gearing up to welcome JetBlue's inaugural flight from New York tomorrow, October 9th, a significant milestone in the nation's tourism and travel industry. Among the crew and staff aboard this historic flight are several distinguished Vincentians, adding an even greater sense of pride and connection to the occasion. Among the distinguished crew and staff is Miss Stephanie Austin, the lead flight attendant from this milestone flight. Stephanie, born in New York, is the daughter of Vincentian Gideon Fessy York, a renowned business and cultural icon within the Vincentian diaspora community in New York. Her role as the lead flight attendant symbolizes the deep connection between the diaspora and the homeland. Additionally, two members of JetBlue's IT team, Nigel Hewitt and Ronald Porter Jr., will be on the inaugural flight. Both bring strong Vincentians pride and ties. Nigel Hewitt, born in New York, is the son of Clem Hewitt, a key figure in Vincentian cultural history as a member of the famous Bridge Boys Carnival Band of the past. His presence on this flight serves as a link between generations of Vincentian cultural preservation. Ronald Porter Jr., also part of JetBlue's IT staff, was born in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He is the nephew of Sir Robert Milton Cato, the country's first Prime Minister, further deepening the connection between this historic flight and the nation's legacy. As JetBlue launches its new route, it is particularly meaningful that members of the Vincentian community, both in New York and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are an integral part of this journey, showcasing their dedication and talent. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is excited about the new JetBlue service, which will not only boost tourism, but also foster deeper ties between Vincentians in the diaspora and their home country. Minister of Tourism, Honorable Carlos James, expressed his enthusiasm about the upcoming flight. This inaugural flight marks the new era of connectivity, further solidifying St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a growing hub in the Caribbean for travelers and businesses alike. Yesterday, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves hosted an intimate breakfast at his official residence to personally thank Kadeen Ellis and Deval Ellis and their family for their recent visit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, their ancestral home. The Ellis family, whose roots trace back to the island, offer their time and influence, utilizing their global platform to showcase and promote SVG to the world. In attendance were officials from the Carnival Development Corporation, CDC, including Ricardo Adams, chairperson of the CDC, chairperson of the Beauty Shows Committee, Avia Charles, alongside other officials from the Tourism Authority, including CEO Annette Mack. Prime Minister Gonsalves said his wife extended their gratitude to the Ellis family, highlighting their visit as an incredible gift to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Prime Minister spoke on the value of having the family here, emphasizing their presence and platform would impact the tourism industry positively by showcasing the nation as a prime destination to a global audience. Dr. Gonsalves, alongside the assembled guests, wished the Ellis family a warm farewell and expressed anticipation for their next visits. Those are our local news stories. Coming up next, we have VC3 Sports.
Now available from all lotto agents, Goldmine, a new $2 Instacash game with a top prize of $3,000. Goldmine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Goldmine Instacash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win on the spot. Goldmine, another easy to win Instacash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome to the VC3 Sports Update for today, Tuesday, October 8th. I am Anthony Denny. We start first with softball cricket. 4 matches played in the National Lotteries Authority TBPO 2020 competition at the Daphne Playing Field last weekend ended in outright decisions and one being rained out. On Saturday, AIA Reload beat BOSVG All-Stars by 4 wickets. All-Stars made 115 for 6 in 18 overs. Roderick John, he contributed 43. Bowling for AIA Reload, Ziran Harry took 2 for 23, Gerando Jardine 2 for 24. In reply, AIA Reload reached 121 for 6 in 13.4 overs, with Ziran Harry hitting 55 not out and Rafiq Sayers at 31. All-Stars' most successful bowlers were Glenroy Dacent, who had 2 for 24, and Kelly Murray 2 for 44. Also on Saturday, East Kingstown recorded a 107-run win over Hilltop. East Kingstown posted 181 for 9 in 15 overs, with Andrew Glasgow and Rafi Williams 32 each, Elrico Patterson 30, and Leon Trimmingham made 27. Marcus McPhee took 3 for 31, Jamar Payne 2 for 36, Castle Williams 2 for 40, bowling for Hilltop. In response, Hilltop, they reached 74 all out in 11 overs. Castle Williams 20 as Shimani Walker took 2 for 13, and Leon Trimmingham 2 for 24, bowling East Kingstown to victory. On Sunday, New Level won by default when Experience failed to show up for their game. Thereafter, Country Meet Town Ultra Trouble beat Sinal Towers by a whopping 174 runs. Ultra Trouble racked up 259 for 3 and 20 overs. Richie Richards 71, Steen Joseph 54 not out, Sunil Ambris 53 and Davian Barniam 50 not out. Bowling for Sinal Towers, Chefroy Baptiste took 3 for 54, and in response, Sinal Towers bowled out for 83 and 12.3 overs. Celoy Ribbons scored 50 not out, so Neil James took 4 for 17, Travis Cumbach 2 for 23, bowling for Outer Trouble. And the match between Older Boys and Daphne United ended in a no decision due to inclement weather. Older Boys batted first and made 120 all out in 15 overs. Kevin Huggins 39 and Kenroy Martin 35. Bowling for Daphne United, Baldwin DeBeek took 3 for 37. Daphne reached 12 in 1.4 overs when rain stopped play. On to rugby. President of the St. Vincent and Grenadines Rugby Union, Delon Durant, has been appointed to the prestigious Rugby Americas North RAN Player Welfare and Safeguarding Committee. Durant's appointment was confirmed during the RAN General Meeting held in Miami on September 25, 2024. The RAN Player Welfare and Safeguarding Committee focuses on creating and implementing policies that prioritize the health and safety of players. In cricket, Ghana is set to make history this year with the launch of the inaugural Global Cricket League, a premier T20 tournament scheduled for later this year from November 26 to December 7th. The event, which will take place annually, will feature 5 established T20 teams from 5 different countries, including the home team, the Ghana Amazon Warriors, competing for a significant prize of US $1 million. This tournament marks South America's first standalone cricket event and is expected to become a major fixture in the global cricket calendar. Sanctioned by Cricket West Indies and fully supported by the government of Guyana, the Global Cricket League aims to attract top cricket talent and fans from around the world. The tournament will be held at the Ghana National Stadium in Providence, featuring 11 matches in a mini-league format. Each team will play 4 matches, with the top 2 advancing to the final, promising intense competition throughout. Each year, the tournament will invite different international teams, further elevating Guyana's reputation in the global cricketing community. With the 2024 edition promising to bring together the top talent and competitive matches, local fans and international viewers can expect a thrilling start to this historic event. That's the VC3 Sports Update for today, Tuesday, October 8th. On behalf of our team here, I'm Anthony Denny, wishing you all the best.
That's the end of our VC3 News and Sports. Join us on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as the VC3 channel 114 for more updates. See you next time. I am Shadane McLean.